If one of your biggest fears when it comes to public speaking is completely forgetting what you wanted to say, then this video will give you a tip or two on how to do that. It's so easy to see how it could happen. If you've got your notes, obviously that's the time to use them, but I always encourage people to get beyond using notes. And so that's when I'm talking about is if you completely dry up, lose your thread, and you haven't got notes to hand. So how can you handle that without losing face? And the first thing I want to say is to just own it. You are, after all, a human being. Yes, you might be a professional speaker. You might be being paid for this gig. You might be a beginning speaker, an aspiring speaker, whatever stage you're at. What I would never do is to admit to being new to speaking or nervous or anything like that, but to actually own it with confidence and maybe to say something like, you know what, I'm so sorry, my mind's gone completely blank. Give me a moment and I will come back to it. And you could even, if you're struggling, sort of have a conversation. Has this anybody ever happened to you? And then if necessary, ask the audience, where was I? And hopefully somebody will say something that brings it back for you to get you going again. If not, and if you've been moving around the stage, retrace your steps. Where was I? What? And it's kind of the same thing as if you're in a conversation with somebody. Because certainly I know that sometimes I think, now why was I telling you that? And usually they'll go through the list. Well, we were talking about this, we were talking about that. Make a joke of it. Because at the end of the day, you are there. You can't walk off the stage and leave them hanging halfway through a presentation. So owning it, making it humorous, not a ridiculous situation, but and you can actually say, do you know what, this has never happened to me before. Thank you for helping me out. But just being confident in the moment. I know that sounds so easy to do and yet so hard in a sense, but just taking that deep breath and retracing, asking for help, get through it, pick up on it. Hope that's helpful. And if you want some more tips on how to get confident with your speaking, and in particular being familiar with your script and what you want to say, let's have a call.